Hey everybody, Massachusetts Prepper here. Well, I'm doing this video for my good buddy Yankee 4. He asked me if I could do a video showing how I put together my mast for my wind turbine setting up there. I tried to explain it to him, but I guess I didn't do a very good job. Now, as you can see, there is that nice shiny conduit right there. That's on the outside of my black iron pole. What I did, if you look, you can see that there's bolt holes or bolts going all the way up that conduit that goes right straight through that black iron pipe. You can see that the black iron pipe is slid up into the conduit. So what I've done was I measured exactly 2 foot into a 4 foot piece of conduit, which this black iron pipe right here is 1.5 inches, and it slides right up into that 2-inch conduit. So I have two 10-foot sections of the black iron pipe, and I slid them in from both ends to the center and then drilled holes and bolted everything. So I'm going to take you in the studio now and actually show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, wind turbine's starting to turn. We got a little bit of a breeze. Okay, Bobby, so just to give you an example of what I did with those two 10-foot sections of black iron pipe, we're going to pretend that this PVC, this 1.5 PVC, was my black iron pipe. And this small piece of conduit here, this 2-inch conduit, is what I used as my bracing piece. First thing I did was, for like a, I don't know, it's like a 6-penny nail, I drilled a hole right dead center of my 4-foot piece of conduit. Now this is a 16-penny nail, so I'm just using this as a representation. So it was a very small hole that I drilled in the center. I dropped that nail into the center of this conduit, and then when I took my black pipe, my 10-foot length, and slid it inside the conduit, it hit that nail and stopped. Okay? Now I did not drill it all the way through because I don't want to weaken my conduit. Then I took my other 10-foot length of black iron pipe and slid it through until it hit the nail. Now I had both of those pieces of pipe pretty much dead center. At that point, I just pull the nail out and then go ahead and slide the two pieces of black iron pipe together so they're touching. If you don't want to take and measure and drill a hole in your conduit, you really don't have to. Just mark off 2 foot, you know, or however long you got your conduit, wherever the halfway point's going to be, just mark off that far on your conduit. Put a mark on it when you shove it in your pipe. Of course, it'll be, when it gets to that mark, you know it's halfway. I just did it with the hole because that's the way I did it. Now, I did this to scale for this small piece of conduit. These marks that you see are every 1.5 inches. And that's where I would drill straight through the conduit and the black iron pipe, which is the PVC in this reference video, all the way through. And then I put case hardened bolts all the way through and tighten them down securely. Now, of course, on the 4-foot length, they weren't every 1.5 inches. I only had 3 on each side. So you would take from your center point to your edge and then calculate where you wanted each one of your bolts so they were evenly spaced, and do that on both sides. At that point, once this is all bolted together, this is a very tight and secure fit. My current setup, which is done just like this, only with black iron pipe and the thick-walled conduit, thick-walled 2-inch conduit, on the outside of it has withstood 60-mile-an-hour winds with no problem. With this setup, I've even put my ladder up against the top near the wind turbine with it, you know, fully erect, and climbed up to the top, and this did not give whatsoever because I was doing some lubrication maintenance on the top of my on the pivot points of my wind turbine. So this is a very secure fit. I did not weld these pipes together. The two black iron pipes, they're not welded together, they're not tacked, they're just butted up against one another in there. And I have had zero issues. Like I said, we've had as high as 60-mile-an-hour winds, and this thing is still standing, and there's no bends or nothing. At first I was just going to use regular pipe couplings to couple my black iron pipe together, and after some research I found out that those are really susceptible to cracking and breaking. This, with the 4-foot length in here, is a lot sturdier. It's going to withstand more you know, torque from the wind and everything, and you've got 2 foot of your black iron pipe inside of this thick-walled conduit. Now you don't want to use the thin-walled conduit because it probably would not hold up, but this thick-walled conduit with 2 foot of your black iron pipe in both ends butted up together, there's no place for it to bend. It holds up real well. I've had no trouble with it. So there you have it, brother. This is how I did it, and it's working good. I know you get a little bit stronger winds down south in Florida and everything, but I still think this would hold up quite well for you as well. So Bobby, I hope this helps you, brother. I hope it helps explain to you how I set mine up. And if you're looking to set up a wind turbine and you don't want to, you know, be welding pipes together and buying 20-foot lengths or trying to put up a tower, this is a good way to do it. Will you survive whatever comes your way? I sure hope so. This is the Massachusetts Prepper saying, take care, all. Hey everybody, Massachusetts Prepper here. Well, I know y'all haven't seen Mrs. MP in quite a while, and there's a very good reason for that. Would you like to tell them?
We had twins.
Believe it or not, we did have twins.